maybe next time. Welcome back to my channel, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sure you're as disappointed as me. We're not driving a 911 today. As you just watched my previous video, I put the car right over here. I did take my insurance back on for my Tire for 911. We did take it out to have some fun, so if you guys are interested, definitely I'll put the car right here. You guys can take a look. I know you guys are as disappointed as I am. Trust me, I'm the most disappointed right now. The insurance is back on for my 911. It has parking insurance, so I'm not supposed to drive it. So I guess I'm back in the market looking for an SUV as a winter car. So right now I'm driving a 2024 Lexus TX 350h. It's my wife's demo, so I just kind of stole it for an hour or so just to get coffee. So if you guys are interested, let's go get some coffee in this Lexus TX 350h. Quick specs. This is the lower trim because it just came out. I don't think the higher trims has been released yet. This is the 2.4 liter turbo, pumps around 250 horsepower. So this is pretty much equivalent to a 2 liter Q7. Pumps around similar power output. This one will be a bit, like the width is pretty much the same. It's just a bit longer, and the third row seat there's actually space for people to actually sit, which I'll show you guys in a bit. There's two more trims. There's another TX 450 and a 450h, with the 450h being the hybrid that does not plug in, and that pumps around 400 horsepower. I don't think that one's out in North America yet. If it does come out, I'll definitely take you guys for a quick spin. So first impressions for the Lexus TX is a brand new car. It's a brand new line. Lexus haven't came out with a 17 before, so I'm actually pretty excited to test drive this car. So interior wise, it does look really similar to the RX. Has the bigger touchscreen, has the similar MMI, really similar layout. This is the entry level, but it also comes with a lot of like normal features like blind spots, front and back sensors, backup camera, huge panoramic roof, has a heated steering wheel, heated front seats, and then it actually has ventilated front seats as well. And then it has lane assistance, adaptive cruise, right? All those nice tech that's good to have. It's actually pretty nice that even for an entry trim, you get all these features versus for German cars. Each feature is an add-on. It doesn't come with anything. Because like I sell Audis, and for each option is an extra add-on. So I'm actually surprised. So this car, so I'm in Canada right now. This one, it's around 65,000 Canadian to start. This one I think is close to 69,000 for 7-seater car, which is not bad at all. So this is the 2.4 liter turbo, 4-cylinder, pumps around 250 horsepower. It's got more initial torque. So when you're going from a start, stop, or red light to a get-go, there is more torque. But once you reach to around, I would say 35-40 kilometers per hour, the acceleration slows down because I think the weight kind of catches up with the car. And then after that, it still goes, but there's not that much pickup. But the thing that really surprises me is the initial torque, is how Lexus actually tunes this car. Because for other cars, we had a GX for a long time, which is a V8. No initial torque whatsoever, no power whatsoever. That one's really, like, the tuning wasn't the best for the GX, but this one, the tuning is actually not bad at all. A bit more initial torque than I expected, but for a 4-cylinder car, it's actually pretty good. I have driven the 2.0 Q7, which is called, I believe, the Q745. That's a 2.0 4-liter, and that car has no power whatsoever. So at least this has more initial torque, which I'm pretty surprised of, which is pretty good. It's a really comfortable ride. Suspension is a bit softer than what I have thought. This drives a lot softer than the Q7, right? Q7 is slightly firmer, slightly more sporty. I've driven the GLS, This one seems in between. It's not as planted as the GLS, but it is buttery smooth. I don't believe this has an air suspension. If I'm wrong, do let me know in the comments below. But it does feel it has air suspension. It's a very soft ride. Q7 is a bit stiffer. This one feels like the GLS. It's more of a cloudy feeling, but not as planted, and it's in between. Steering wheel is very, very light. I believe it's got the power steering, but it's towards the more lighter steering. So everyday driving is actually really nice to have. It's not that of a sporty drive, but it is a 7-seater car, right? So it's best for the whole family to drive in. There is not much body roll, which is actually pretty nice. I believe it's because the weight of the car is heavier, but you actually don't feel it when you're driving. Apart from like when you're turning, you don't really feel it. It's just you feel all the weight when you're accelerating, which makes sense because it's only a 4-cylinder, right? All in all, if you're used to Lexus Toyota tech, it's pretty much easy to use. It's actually placed in a really good placement. It's not like some cars, you know, it's right in front of you. It's all snazzy together. It doesn't feel like it's an afterthought, and everything is really reachable. There's actually decent places for you to put your shades. You put shades right here, right? You put your there's like actually good storage space. You put 2 large coffees in the center. There's a wireless charging up front. There's more spaces at the back. Blind spot wise, there's not much blind spot because this car is so boxy, and 8 pillars right over here. You can actually see where your car is even without the blind spot. And then this is because also this car is the more essential trim, so it does not have the top view camera, which is not bad because the front and back sensors is actually pretty accurate. And as mentioned, the car is pretty boxy. You can pretty much figure out where everything is. All in all, the drive for this price point, I think it's a good buy. Have you guys tried the new Lexus TX? If you did, what did you guys think? Do you prefer this to a Q7, to a X5, I believe, or a GLS? Let me know in the comments below. I'm just gonna get coffee and then I'll be right back. Just got my coffee. So before I do my summary of this car, while I was doing the B-rolls, I actually saw a lot of details, which I think is really smart, and I believe I should share it with you folks before I give you guys my summary of this Lexus TX. So first off, the engine bay. As you guys can see, the engine is actually towards the center of the body of the truck. So that kind of explains why it feels more agile. Another thing is I actually sat at the back seat. There is a ton of room. I'm like 5'7". For me, just like sitting really straight, not even slouching, there's at least 2 inches of the space left on my knee. On the sides, there's actually a USB-C charging port for both sides, and there's actually a button to move your third row back seat more towards the back. But this one is really thoughtful. I'll really give up to Lexus. There is USB-C charging ports. There's of course the vents, and of course you can adjust the seat. From the back trunk, you can actually drop or move the seats too. There's an electric button on the left side. To access the back row, there's actually a button which will automatically, like they borrowed the concept from, I would say, a minivan. So there's no latch, there's nothing for you to like switch. Just press a button, it automatically unlocks it, and you can slide the second row forward or backwards. And that's really thoughtful as well, because sometimes if you have kids or whatnot, it's really, and especially if you're holding like an infant, it's really hard to put them down and then move the seat. But with that button, it actually really helps. One thing I kind of was a bit disappointed is, as you folks can see in the MMI, the navigation is actually subscription based. That to me is a bit disappointing, but I guess it is what it is. It's just weird for you to subscribe to actually access it, but I guess it is a new norm. Other than that, it's been a really nice drive. It drives a lot nicer than I thought, and honestly bang for a buck for a 7-seater by the Lexus brand. Also, you can actually fit really comfortably and under the 75,000 Canadian mark. is actually not bad. I think it's a really good deal. Do let me know in the comments below what you guys think. What other brands would you compare this car to? Do let me know in the comments below. I will be doing a few more SUV videos. A, because I can't drive a 911, and B, we are looking for an SUV to drive in the winter. So if you guys are interested, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment. You guys know what to do. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care, guys. Peace out.